Alright, so welcome back again. My name is Jesse, and in this wonderful and exciting tutorial, we're trying to explore the new Perplexity Comet browser. So this browser is a very powerful browser that allows you to be able to do so many things. It is now released to the general public, so let's see how to explore it. So in case you want to download it, you can just go to Perplexity AI/Comet, and it's a browser that works for you. It is different from the other type of browser. So all our browsers like Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, all of them are normal browsers, but they have either the option to have an AI. So you go to an AI platform or an LLM platform, then you're able to use it from the browser, or you have a plugin, right, to be able to use with the browser. But Perplexity AI Comet browser is an AI native browser, so it's an agentic browser, so it is inbuilt within the browser, right? And let's see some of the cool things we can do with this browser. You can do some normal research like you can do on the platform. You can do some very interesting agentic tasks. You can do some management tasks like email management, calendar management. If you integrate into your different tools, there is also the option to do some data analysis and dashboarding iteratively. You can do web scraping. You can explore the shortcuts, video summarization, fact checking, and the rest. So let's see how it works. So I'll go back again to here, right? So in case you don't have it, you can just click on it to download it. I've already downloaded it, and it's totally different from this, right? So this is the normal browser, right? So this is from Chrome, but the Comet browser is like this, right? So this is how it is, right? So it's like, I'm not sure if it's Chromium, but it looks like it's Chromium. So this is how the browser looks like. And then when you come back to the browser, you see the option like this, right? So this is Perplexity AI. You can visit and view any kind of website within the browser. So it's like a normal browser, but it has its agentic features. If you go to the new tab, you can see how the default browser looks like, right? And you see this widget here. With the widget, you can add a new widget from here. So edit widget, then you can add a widget. So let's say I want to add the sticky pad, I can add it here, and then I can also add something like, let's say this one. And then if I go with done, I can see it here, right? I can add some notes here. So this is going to be a Comet browser tutorial, something like that, right? So it's a very useful stuff, right? Out of the box. And then something like this, you can click on it and it goes to this wonderful tool, which you can play in case you want to play some games, right? Which is in case you are not busy, right? Or you are feeling bored. Perfect. So it has the game out of the box. You can remove them in case you don't want to. You can click on this and then you can change the settings, or you can remove it. You can also do the same thing for this one. Then if I go to the time, I can click on this one here, and let's say I want to change the timestamp, I can specify the date. So all of these widgets are within the browser out of the box, right? Perfect. Like something like the stocks and then Nvidia shares, right? Very cool. So this is the basic overview. The nice feature about it is that you can search or ask anything directly, and it will by default use Perplexity. So it will just use this Perplexity AI by default if you search for anything. But you can also use a different platform like Google or any other thing, and then let the agent do its task from that. So let's see some stuff you can also do. So this is the normal workflow. In case I want to change the profile, I can go to the Neptune, specify to customize the profile. So I go to custom profile, I can change it, right? So I can change to the light theme, dark theme, specify a particular color in case I want, right? Which is very cool out of the box. Perfect, right? And you can see that it's working perfectly well. Let's go back again. So let's take off this one and let's go back. So if I go back to the actual browser, I should go back here. Yeah, right. So if I go back and I want to use it, I can actually ask the normal prompt. So all the features work. So let's try an example. So I wanted to compile a list of top competitors from Y Combinator, right? And then this is going to go straight away. This is using Perplexity, right? So it's using Perplexity itself, and then it's compiling. So if I click on this one, you can see what it's doing. Very nice, right? This is very cool. So this is exactly whatever I'm doing. My hands are lifted up, right? So I'm not doing anything, but it is now going through it, and it's doing all of these things out of the box. It's going to Y Combinator, right? And then as you can see, this bluish screen around it, you can pause it in case you want. Then it's going through each and every one of them to compile a list of top competitors in AI software from Y Combinator, and rank them by feature and then use case. And then I want you to convert the result into a JSON. So this is very, very useful, right? I don't need to be typing. All I need to do is just to be human in the loop, watching what it's doing, right? You can see the things it's doing here. It is visiting the entire stuff, right? It is going through each and every one of them. Then it's compiling what I want it to do. This is very, very useful feature, right? This is very nice. So you're seeing what is, you can see what it's doing here, right? And this is using the assistant. The assistant is a very nice feature. Perfect. So now that's finished, right? So once it's finished, it's going to return the result for us, and you can see the result of what it's doing. You can see the skip can answer. See here, just finished, and this is the JSON that I wanted, right? Very cool. So it went through the entire stuff, then it gave us this JSON, compiling it. You can click on this to see the steps it took to do it, right? This is for the assistant. In case you want to switch off this assistant, you can simply do something like this. Alt A, right? So Alt A will switch off the assistant. Alt A will bring it back, right? So Alt plus A, or you can switch it on from here or from the beginning, right? Perfect. That is some very nice, cool features you can do with it. Let's see some other stuff. So let me go down here and see if it gave it to us. Perfect. And if you see this one here, you can also create a shortcut, right? So there's a way to create a shortcut. So one of the ways is with this one. If I click on this, I can save this entire stuff as a shortcut, right? And I can use it. That's one nice thing about it. Let's see another shortcut you can also do. In case I want a summary of this stuff, I can just do /tldr, right? This is one of the features. You can do some, for still under the research, you can do some summarization, and I can just do tldr, right? And it's going to summarize this page for me. It's summarizing the entire stuff. But these are some of the shortcuts you can also do. Very cool. Another shortcut I can also do is like this. Slash, can do quiz, and then this is going to give me a quiz, right? It's going to pick this stuff and give us a quiz, right? Which is very cool. So this is very useful, and it can be very, very nice, right? You can see that it's giving me the quiz with these questions, and if I answer it, I do have no idea, and you see that it's automatically generated this for us out of the box, right? These are some of the shortcuts. So there is quiz. You can also do something like this. So slash, you can also do flashcard, and then it's also going to create a flashcard for us. This is very useful, and if I can flip it, you see the answer, and then you can just be playing around it, right? Very cool. This is very, very nice. In case you also want to translate this particular page, right, you can also do slash translate. I want to translate to, let's say, German, right? And it's going to translate the entire page to German, right? Which is very cool. So this is some of the cool features that you can have from this, right? Perfect. So that is very nice. This is some of the agentic tasks it can do. That can also be useful for research. Let's see if we can do some video summarization. So I'll tell you to go to, let's go back again. I'll tell you to go to YouTube. So let's go to YouTube, right? Or I can just go straight away to here and tell it to go to YouTube and then summarize all the recent Rust Foundation conference. Yes, I want you to go to YouTube, right? So it's using the assistant. It's going to go to YouTube, search for it. So there was a recent conference which happened, I think, last week for Rust Foundation, and you see that you can see it from here. I'm surprised it's giving us this, right? It's funny what it's giving. This is totally not what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, so you see that you can see that it's searching for it, right? I'm not touching anything. It is going through all of this. So this is a very nice topic from all of these people, and it's getting all this information out of the box one after the other, and then you can see that it's summarizing them, right? I'm not touching any of them, right? This is very, very nice, right? You can create shortcuts to help you with these things. Cool. right? So that is very nice. Let's see some other stuff you can also do. So this is the assistant doing all of these things. I can also try another thing. So let's open another tab. I'm going to open another tab from here, which is here, and then I want to create a watch list.
Thank you very much, Nell. Oh my God, it's so good to be here. I feel like we've been planning.
You can see that it's listening, right? I don't know if you could see, it was playing some of them, right? It plays them and then it's trying to analyze and summarize the entire stuff for us, right? Let's go here, and then I want to do another task. So let's say I want to create a watch list, right, for archive and deliver every summary. So this is an agentic task I'm giving it to do. So it's gathering the latest AI research from archive.org. Then it's going to give us all the results. So if I click on it, you can see what it's doing. It's going to archive. It's going to find anything about summary. I can even make it more better. Right, so this is very interesting, right? This is very, very cool. Nice. So it's reasoning and it's telling me what it's doing. So it's going through each and every one of them. You can see what it's doing. It's summarizing each and every one of them, right? And let's see what it's going to do at the end of it. And one thing is that once it's finished, you see that there is something blinking here. I don't know if you noticed, there was something blinking on top that is going to tell you, okay, that's finished doing what it was doing. If I go back here, I can see the steps. You can see these are all the steps it did and all the sources it went through. It went through all of these videos. This is a very nice one from Mark Wozanovich from Microsoft, which is very nice, interesting stuff. Then you can see the summary it gave to us. Very cool, right? So this is very nice. So you can give it some tasks for it to do it, and it goes to YouTube to do the stuff, right? Okay, let's see some other stuff we can also do. So you can also save this one. So I'll go back again and then I'll just ask it something to create a comprehensive. This is one other stuff you can also do. You can also use to do some, not just fast agentic stuff like buying stuff in case you want to do some shopping, right? Let's say shopping or booking. You can also use it to do that. So I'll go back again here. Then I will tell it to do this task. So I'll paste in the create a comprehensive comparison of mini PCs. So it's going to check AliExpress and then Amazon. And this is using YouTube, right? You can see that it's using YouTube. Funny how it's investigating them. And it's providing it for us, right? This is quite useful. So it went, you can see the sources. It used YouTube. Then it gave us all of this information. If I can expand it here. It's still running. This is very useful. So this gives us directions of what we can do with it, right? And you can see that it's checking all these resources to give us the final result. So the final tip for most users, start with a reliable Amazon model unless you want to experiment or need high stuff. So it's giving us some insight into what we want to do and give us the comparison that we can have. Let's do one more stuff. So I want to go to do some booking, right? I want to see if it can book something. So I'll open this one here again, and I want it to book something. This is one of the options. It can also fill forms for you, do some activity on your behalf. And you can see that it's going to booking.com and you can see it's searching. This is something like similar to Manus. And you see it's searching for Paris. I did not touch it. And then it's searching. And then it's seeing the date. It's automatically picking the date. It understood that I am looking for 20th to 25th. So it's picked 20th. And you can see what it's doing, and you can also pause it. This is a very interesting thing to do, right? And it's telling you exactly what it's doing inside this chart here. And you can see the ones there, right? So it's telling me to sign in. And this one is an action that I have to do, right? And as you could see, it tried to sign in, right? But I have not given it the permission to do it. So it will look through the prices and check and found a price for me. 150 per night, right? You can see it here, and this is cool. This is very, very interesting, right? Wow. Okay, so we have seen some of the things it can do. It can also do some agentic tasks, like shopping or booking. We have seen that it can do research. It can also do some video summarization. As we saw, it went to YouTube. We have seen some of the shortcuts. Let's try and see if we can do web scraping with these ones and do some data analysis. So I'll go back again to my Comet browser. Okay, so let's see. Now it is trying to fill these forms. This is funny. Now it is stuck here, right? Okay, let's go here. This was what we got the other day. It is still summarizing. So I've opened different tabs and then they are all doing the different things there. And I'll go back here. This was for the Proxmox. I will want to do one more stuff inside here. I want to do some data analysis. What I want to do is that I want to do web scraping. So I want to go to a platform. So use fullbase.com, right? And I'll tell it to scrape everything there, or not just scrape, but let's see if it will be able to get some information. So I'll go to ICD-10, right? And I want to see if it can find, let's go to the ICD Explorer here, which is this one, right? I want to see if it can be able to, not this, but we need, we can just use any platform, right? Not just this platform, but you can use any platform. So let's say I want to see if it can scrape some stuff, right? So let's go right from here. Let's go to product hunt, right? I want you to do scrape most recent product into a CSV file. So this is what I wanted to do. So I'll copy it here. So I'll tell it to go here. So go to let's see if it will be able to do that. So it's going to product hunt. Here's it, as you can see. Then let's see if it will be able to scrape it. So in other words, we can use it to do some scraping. And it's searching the entire stuff. Right, so it's doing all of these things. And as I said, you see there is a blinking here. So that means it's done. If I go back here, the blinking is there. That means that it's finished doing it. And you can see the entire stuff here, right? So this is a summary of the weekly archive for archive.op. And in case I want to summarize it, I can just do /tldr. Then it's going to summarize this entire page for us, right? Or translate it. Right, it's getting a brief summary of this entire stuff, which is very useful, right? So you can also use it to get cool stuff. I can do a flashcard for this or translate. Right, so it's going to do a simple flashcard of this entire stuff there. Right, so that in case you want to learn, you can just do it. This has finished. The booking has finished. And you see that it had the option to connect your email or calendar, right? So if I click on connect, it's going to connect my email or calendar. So this is you that you have to give the permission. So if you give permission, it will now connect your email and calendar. So this is one of the features for email management and calendar management. If you give it the permission, it will be able to do that, right? Very cool. Let's go to the product hunt and let's see what that's done. That's finished with the product hunt. Let's see the asset. If I go to the asset, it has it here. So this is what it did using Python, and this is the result, right? So I can actually click on this and then it's downloading it, and I can open this one, and then you see that if I open it, let me open my browser. So this is my browser. Where is it? Yeah. So here, as you can see, it has given us all the top So the name, the tag, and the link, which is very useful, right? So you can do web scraping, right? So you can give it a well-structured prompt, and then it's going to generate the result for you, and then you can pick it out. Perfect. That is some very nice stuff, right? So these are some of the cool things you can do with Perplexity AI Comet Browser. So thank you for watching. Of course, there are a lot of things you can do. You can do data analysis, you can do dashboarding. I can tell it to go to archive, to UCI, machine learning. So let's say to do some analysis. So let's do a very simple data science task. You can do something very simple for data science so that you can actually learn from it. You can do something like this. Create a predictive model, a sales model based on predictive maintenance. Like predictive from UCI machine learning repo. So let's see. So now I'm telling it to go to UCI machine learning repository. It's going to pick some stuff. So it has gone there, as you can see from here, right? Then it's going to create some for us, right? I can specify and be specific, and then it can go to the website and then do an analysis. So this is something it's doing, right, out of the box. Very cool. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Let's see if I can give it a website. So UCI machine learning. I want it to go here, and I want to pick a data set. I tell it to analyze it. So let's use something like this. Okay, I'll tell it to analyze. You see that it's automatically selected. I want it to create a very descriptive result for this, right? Something useful, something. So create. So I'm telling it to create an EDA for this one, and now it's analyzing it. Very cool. I tell it to see the code is running, the sources, the steps. I tell it to download the dataset and generate plots. So let's see if it will download the dataset. It can't download the dataset, right? I think it cannot find the dataset. Yeah, very cool. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you have learned something. So you have seen so many things we can do with this wonderful browser. So with time, I'm sure we can do more as you're able to connect with MCP and then different integrations. See you another time. Stay blessed. Bye.